Hey everyone, welcome to the Red Zone. And yes, Manchester United nil, Crystal Palace nil. Crystal Palace, who came to Manchester and absolutely demolished us at the end of last season. Manchester United had come off and their biggest ever win under Ten Hag, a 7-0 victory in the Cup. Meet again. And should we just say, the game was interesting. I think it's a couple of good points and a couple of not so good points. Very frustrating gaming overall. Crystal Palace had to rebuild their side. Sold a couple of players in the summer. Manchester United in the middle of another rebuild, which should be going on for 10 years under multiple different managers. And it comes to this type of game. Let's go ahead and have a little look at the selection. But that was the selection that they chose. Have I got anything bad to say about it? Look, when I first seen it, I was a bit disappointed in seeing Eriksen start. But apart from that, that's what I would have started with, to be fair. I may have swapped Zirkzee out for Rashford. I don't know. But to be fair, I didn't have no complaints about the lineup of what I saw. I think the back four is a very solid back four now. I think we've got a very good back four. Potential back five with obviously Onana. Depends what day he's going to be on. And today, he was absolutely fantastic, Onana. Didn't have much to do, but when he did have something to do, like a top-class keeper, he was alert, he was perfect in every single aspect. No mistake out of him today. About the game, Manchester United in the first 20 minutes, I would say, well, in the first 5 minutes, they were a bit sloppy. I think the reason why he started Eriksen alongside Mainu was to get control of the midfield and dominate that midfield. Against a Palace side that might not be the same as the last season's Palace side, with all the changes that's going on as well in the club. And I think that worked. The first 5-10 minutes, we got our foot on the ball. We had chances, multiple chances. I think within the first 17, the first 17 to 20 minutes, we had an XG of a 1.4, which is absolutely insane for us not to score. Some of them goals was incredible. We had Bruno hitting the bar. We had Garnacho hitting the bar. We had De Ligt, header saved. We had Zirkzee miss. I don't know how he missed it, but he missed a header as well. I generally feel that we should have won this comfortably today, and it's so frustrating the fact that we have not won today, simply because we couldn't finish. We could not finish a roast dinner on a Sunday. It was absolutely shocking today in terms of up front. There is a couple of issues I wanted to talk about. So the first issue, Bruno Fernandes. Bruno Fernandes can't keep the ball and spread the ball out. He can't do it. When we're dominating possession, we need someone like an Eriksen playing that role, or anyone really. You could even put Scott McTominay. Oh wait, we sold him. We could even put a Zirkzee in that position and play Rashford up top. We could put a Mount. Put a Mount there. Mount's perfect person for it. He controls the ball. He's good with the ball. He doesn't rush the ball and play stupid outside the foot passes that go to absolutely no one in red or white today. He was very poor, and for me, Bruno Fernandes was a 4 out of 10. It was a very frustrating day today for a Manchester United fan, simply because we could not finish. We couldn't finish at all. The back four, fantastic. As I said, it was really nice to see Delo and Mazraoui play very well. Again, I think a Mazraoui is got to be the sign of the season, by the way. 15 million for a person that can put a shift in no matter what, and it's fantastic. You'll always give a 6, a 7, potentially 8 out of 10 consistently. Same as Delo, will always do a 6, a 7 out of 10 consistently. Very good. De Ligt, absolute fantastic. Again, nice to have someone next to Martinez who they work so well together. Absolutely fantastic. Onana, that double save was absolutely world class. Absolutely fantastic. It was nearly up there with the Raya save the other day for those Arsenal fans to see. Absolutely fantastic double save. Kept us in the game, because if that went in, we were not winning. And we definitely were not drawing, that's for sure. Kobe Mino, yeah, he played okay. No qualms. I think it's a good 7 out of 10. Ericsson came off towards the end. Again, 7 out of 10 personally for me. Amad Diallo was weird one. It seemed so quiet in the game, but seemed to do so much in that quiet time, which is not a bad thing. It's not a bad thing. I think the end product was good from him. Again, I'll give him a 7 out of 10 for today. Nothing dreadfully wrong. I think it was just a steady Eddie game for Diallo. And I think he sealed that right wing position personally. I can't see no one taking that off him. Alejandro Garnacho. Look, I think he was more of a 7.58 out of 10 today. Fantastic. Again, it just wasn't our day. We come across a keeper, an ex-Manchester United keeper who wants to prove a point. We've come across someone who's one man of the match, right? That's how good he was today, and I think that explains everything about a game when your keeper is getting man of the match in a 0-0 draw. I think that says everything about the game. We were dominant, and I think Garnacho was absolutely fantastic. He's good with the ball. He makes the right decisions consistently, and I like that about him. And for me, he should be starting no matter what. The kid just oozes talent. He makes chances out of nothing. He's absolutely fantastic and should always start, in my opinion. Talk about always starting, Bruno Fernandes. Look, the first half of the game, he wasn't bad. And then he seemed to get tired then around about the 50, 60, 70 minute mark. He totally lost it at the 70 minute mark. I think he done 5-6 bad passes in the row, trying to do outside the boot to Garnacho when he was on the left wing. The back heel, that was just like, why? There was no need. Very silly things, overhitting passes. Tiredness. That's all it was. And I do think that Mason Mount should have come on. I don't know how fit Mason Mount is. That's another question. Potentially drop Zirkzee in there and bring Rasmus on. I don't know. But then again, Zirkzee, I don't think had a great game. Bruno Fernandes today, for me, out of 10, was probably a 4.5, 4.5, maybe a 5. Very poor. Wasted the ball a lot. Didn't control the game at all. Didn't control the ball at all. And I think that was a very, very big issue for Manchester United today. Zirkzee. He's not. I just don't think he's a striker. And it's mental to say. I just don't think he's a striker that's going to bag 20 goals a season. I really don't. And I think he's probably more of a substitute. I think Rasmus should be starting. To be fair, Rasmus came on, didn't really do anything either. But then again, I think the game was kind of done and dusted by the time he came on. For me personally, I don't think Zirkzee's a number one striker for Manchester United. Personally, I think Højlund has to be the number one. I think we need to say Ugarte more. I would have liked to see Ugarte start today, but I understand why Christian Eriksen played, and I got no qualms with it. The finishing was very poor today. Very, very poor. The substitutes didn't really impact the way I thought they could have. I thought the substitutions were poor by Ten Hag. Late, not early enough. You could see the game wasn't going correct, so why haven't you changed? For me, that was a big issue. For me, what I would like to see in the next game to fix this issue is potentially Bruno being replaced, maybe putting Eriksen there, who can control the ball a bit more, who can dictate the play, who's not going to rush and do stupid passes that are just no needed, play the simple ball. And I think we should play Ugarte instead of Bruno personally. Give it a go. Why not? What can go wrong? What can possibly go wrong? Rasmus has to start instead of Zirkzee. You could put the point of potentially starting Garnacho on the right and putting Rashford on the left. But for me personally, I think there was a lot of positives in that. There's a lot of positives in the way that we played the game. There was a little bit of style of football. We dominated. We played a very high line. which we like, which we knew, which I've been saying for ages, and many Manchester United fans have been saying for ages. The back four, that back four that you see on the screen, will play a higher line. Simply because they've got the pace to do so, they've always done it, and they've got the knowledge to do so. They play very aggressive on the front striker, whoever that may be, on the wingers. If the ball does come to halfway, they boof straight on the back of him, very aggressive. Give him the hassle, give the team the time to recuperate and get back into position. Do I think we can do this every week? Yes. Do I think we can do it with Bruno Fernandes? Probably not. I think Bruno Fernandes is a very counter-attacking styled attacking midfielder who's more of a false nine attacking midfielder, if that makes sense. He'll get a goal. He's very good at playing the through ball through from the halfway line, these miracle passes. He's got that 1 in a million chance to do so. The style of football we play today does not suit Bruno Fernandes personally, and I think that's where Mason Mount or an Eriksen could probably take over the position. But all in all, a very frustrating day today for a Manchester United fan. Positive signs, to be honest. I don't think it was a bad result. Sorry, it was a bad result, but I don't think it was a bad performance, which is even more frustrating because I genuinely feel we should have been 3-0 up at the half time. But there we go. That is my thoughts on today's game. Thanks for watching, guys. Don't forget to like and subscribe, share with a friend. And peace.